this guy a license, the public has a right to assume that you've checked him out. And they didn't do anything about that for several years, and I remember when they kicked that into high gear. Wow. Yeah. All right, on the future of the Jim Anderson crowd, how many of you know who I'm talking about here?
What was his occupation on the show? Insurance.
He was an insurance agent for General Insurance. Did you know that?
Sure did.
Jim Anderson. You know what amazes me is that in the mid-1950s, when they were putting the show together, back then, shows had to meet certain standards. And it had to have a good moral to the show, you know. Yeah. So,
but the insurance agent.
but the issue is, the producers and writers of this show selected an insurance agent as a model of an upstanding citizen. What about today? What if you did a show like that today and you purported to show an insurance agent as a model of the upstanding citizen?
He'll be asleep in 10 minutes.
But I'll tell you what, you know, most of us we are Jim Anderson. Or should we have this? Instead of, you know, back in the day when my daddy went to see a guy like that, he and my mom got dressed up. And they made an appointment, and they went into his office and sat across from the desk very politely and respectfully. Coat and tie. That's changed, hasn't it? Now, is this where we should go in the future? You know, is this where the insurance industry needs to be? Well, like it or not,
Some are there.
some are there. Now, I have a question for you. What do these two industries have in common?
Personal service, convenience, and computer.
Yes. Yeah, it's
Personal service, yeah.
your office offers certain things to people, right? But when they can do it for themselves cheaper,
Expedia and stuff.
then it's going to be Expedia. Exactly.
The difference, though, is if you screw up your trip, you're just going to be disappointed. If you screw up your insurance, you could lose everything.
I agree.
So
I agree with you, but I'm talking about the owners of these businesses and their future. And I'm saying that they're very similar. And including the accounting industry, the small accounting firms. They're very similar in this respect. They offer good services and good advice to people and all that. But what happened with the travel industry? Expedia, you know, with the internet, who doesn't book their own tickets now? So obviously the travel industry is out of business. They're gone. No, they're not. A lot of them have.
Exceptional service sets some aside and makes their longevity.
If they were smart,
They specialize.
they specialized
Cruises only.
in cruises
Trips.
or in corporate travel. And the ones that are left made $11 billion 2 years ago.
I can tell you that those people that forecast the demise of independent insurance agents were the same ones that forecast the demise of the travel agent.